Hello, everyone, and welcome to Storm King's Thunder Big Boy Season. Great, thanks. A Storm King's Thunder campaign here on Dice Priori. I am Matthew Foreman. I am at Matthew W. Foreman on Twitter. I am a D&D content creator, dungeon master for hire, and freelance writer over here on Dice Priori. Yeah, a couple channel announcements. We're having two little goals here to keep us all motivated. We have a 1,200 follower Twitch giveaway. Make sure to follow the instructions on either Instagram or Twitter. I've posted links in chat. Instagram and Twitter. And when we reach 1,200 followers, we're having a big old giveaway. We also have, for every sub, resub, prime sub, etc., any sub of any kind, we will do a age one-shot, what we're calling a space potato one-shot, which should be pretty funny. And I've already made my character, so I'm ready to freaking go. And that will be set in the Cold Suns universe that Chase has made, and it will be run by the Age system, which is designed by our friends at Green Ronin. A system that I have personally made official products for that have not been released yet. But one day they will be, and it'll be great. Okay, that was me, and then y'all can do those intros. Great. Oh, shit. Wait, one sec. They don't have audio on y'all. I could see this before because y'all haven't talked, so it doesn't matter. No, I was fine. It was y'all. Now y'all can talk. Go ahead.
Well, take it away, Tom.
There you go, Tom.
Hello, I'm Tom. I play Kaiser, the drow fighter, I don't have another rhyme. Yeah, I am level 9. I am a drow.
You have a
I'm a
sword.
fighter with the sword and shield.
There's so many words that rhyme with fighter. Like, I'm actually triggered by you being like, okay, think with other rhyme. But anyway, continue.
May can go next.
Hi, I'm May. Here's some words that rhyme with fighter. Biter, kiter, writer, Mennoniter, lighter. See, look, we got them. I'm May. Hi, I play Alyssa Seleniari. She is a 16-year-old Asmar druid who likes to get in trouble. Yeah. Okay, Casanova.
Hello. I am Casanova. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at Casanova Hunt. I play Lucius Cavaleris, the human bard, who is now a revenant. But yeah, I can't I really don't know what's gonna happen today, actually. We don't know. But I'm excited. Kron, go ahead.
Of course. Hello, my name is Kron. I do TFT stuff often. I'm playing a little bit of Valorant recently because it's new and fun and stuff. I'll be playing Zane Korakai from Mirabar. And our Vondendad thingy is, successfully stored away somewhere that nothing bad will ever happen to it ever, and we can focus on other things without a doubt in our mind. So, yeah. Smile.
True.
Next, please.
Hello, I am Faye. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at It's Faye, where I do TFT stuff and do a lot of writing for TFT, write articles and write scripts for Giant Slayer TV or TFT, whatever the YouTube is. I think it's Giant Slayer TFT. And yeah, I'm playing Aubrey Harper, the human artificer. Everything's gonna go swell.
Yep.
Awesome. Great. That was awesome. Okay. So I will do the recap. Okay. When we last left the Heroes of Triboar, they had. I'm having a couple issues tonight. I'm sorry, folks. 1 second.
We piloted the Vondendad.
We did. Not everyone made it. Sure.
Sure.
Go for it. You love recaps.
Yeah, Tom.
Crumb, what will you give me for it?
What will I give you? A
Give you a
good job
kiss.
at the end and a kiss on the cheek.
That's not worth.
Oh,
You can't kiss your homies. You can. You kiss though.
all right.
Yeah.
Well, we
Yeah, basically we got to the Vonendot after using teleport since the man from Mirabar, what's his name again?
Egir, the
Egir
court wizard,
had
he
used
dipped out of
Counterstrike,
there.
Counterspell, but did not have his reaction for the second casting with Dimension Door because Cass was able to go before him. So we Dimension Door to the Vonendot, and we started clapping cheeks. Everyone else was able to get into Vonendot after a while, other than Kaiser's parents who were also there. A bunch of Teen Titan stuff happened, Power Rangers, all that stuff.
Not really though.
And we were able to kill one of the Giant Lords. And then we had the Vonendot teleport to the Underdark under a promise of keeping it safe.
Imagine
Yeah.
agreeing to a promise from the end of it.
I wouldn't
really
do it.
didn't like that one.
Kaiser would do it. I
Wasn't a
wouldn't do
fan.
it. I don't take those. Kaiser does.
Lucius didn't want to take those. Lucius was against taking those.
What other option was there?
She straight up tricked us for sure.
Not taking those.
Oh,
Oh, that's
This
crazy.
is our other option.
I see. You're not wrong.
All right, I basically recapped the entire thing. So if anyone has any things they want to say,
Yeah.
The giants got away. Forgot.
Yeah, they went to the
They went to the
maelstrom.
maelstrom.
Yeah.
So now we must search for the maelstrom, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Yeah, where's that?
if it's like WoW, it's in the middle of the map.
Yeah, it
Where's
sort of
Wow.
is.
It's in the
It's in
middle
the
of the
ocean.
ocean,
Except for
Yeah.
the
We know
middle
that.
is.
like the left.
The left part of the ocean.
Yeah.
You know the left
The
ocean.
left
that's
part of
there.
the left ocean.
We
The
just
left of the land.
The sea of left.
The sea of the left sea.
we teleport to Waterdeep and then just take a boat and then go to the middle of the
Yeah,
ocean.
easy. Just get to the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
We don't know where the maelstrom is, guys.
Just find a boat.
No, we don't.
Forehead.
Wait, we'll just pilot it ourselves. We spy it and we out. None of us have ever piloted a ship, I think.
You don't know that.
Sorry.
Here,
Let me
If we
here's-
just take
I'll just
I know that.
and walk
I know
it
that.
across the country.
I'll just buy a crew. It's fine.
How
Just
about
by a crew.
we just walk across and just take in the environment, actually, for like 20 sessions?
Yeah.
3 years
Let's go
later.
get another prophecy from another hag.
Exactly. Find another hag.
Find like another oracle.
True. we need a second. We need a second opinion.
We didn't like that prophecy.
A third
Can we have
opinion.
another?
Find a second eye of the. Where's
Yeah.
his other eye?
We
Where's his
just
other eye?
We found from last checkpoint.
the eye
load from
of
last
the Allfather.
checkpoint.
Where's the other eye of the Allfather? Come on.
Oh, that should have been a
Got two of 'em.
question. Man, we fucked up.
assuming
Casanova,
it's 2 eyes?
consider, riddle me this and consider this. Cyclopses are giants.
Look.
True.
Look.
True.
Wow.
Cyclops
looking at
eyes.
this- I looked at all those statues. I saw 2 eyes on them. You know,
Yeah.
Weird champ.
Okay. Anyway, thanks for whatever that was supposed to be. I am having some not audio tech issues, but actual hearing issues tonight. So I might ask you all to repeat some things, and I do. I don't apologize, but it's just the way it is. Okay.
no worries.
Yeah. Whew. Okay, so yeah, that was the recap. That's all great. So you all are standing there in Ironslag, and you can take it away. The Vonendot has been teleported away. The war outside, you have heard the dullness of battle start to settle. The Ironslags are being abandoned by whatever forces were left over, and you stand there in the remnants of the wake of whatever just happened. With the loot and stuff, and Heroes of Triboar, what do you wish to do?
I believe we were just like walking out, right? So there's an ang we could walk out. That's what we were
We
doing.
had already collected the loot,
Yeah.
I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, you did.
Unless we want to do anything else there for some reason.
I hang
Farm
out in the
XP?
Ironslags for a bit.
Farm XP.
Farm XP.
Alright,
God,
get level 10 real quick.
Sure doesn't work that way.
Sure, it doesn't work that way.
Can you just kill a bunch of like boars?
Kings
Killing bugs.
100 boars.
God.
Boars are dangerous.
We kill them all at the same time for the group XP multiplier.
Anyway, yeah, you can walk out of those big, massive doors that were there on the southeasterly side of Ironslags, hidden away. Well, I don't know how hidden they were, but apparently they were. And you can exit them. As you do, you are standing somewhere atop the Ironslags, and you can see out in the battlefield where this war has raged, you see the utter and total decimation of giant forces. Dead fire giants as far as the eye can see, dead orcs, ogres, other hill giants, frost giants, some that are running away and being pelted down with arrows. You can see one giant tries to... he kills a couple doors with a mighty swing, and then he backs up as they are in a phalanx formation, pushing him into the forest. And you see one of the trees from the forest just come alive, pick up the giant, and break the giant in half. And just dies. And the battlefield is soaked in blood. Kaiser, you know from all of your knowledge about wartime, you can see that this has been a pretty much, I don't know what you'd call it, zero-sum game, a mutual assured destruction. Both forces have taken unimaginable losses, and a few soldiers stand left on the battlefield. You can also tell that the Dwarven army, your allied army, suffered some kind of pincer attack, and that their losses were heavier because of it.
The Elven army or
your Dwarven army, your allied army.
Oh.
They got attacked from the eastern
They
front.
overextended.
They apparently did. Although you know that Dwarven phalanxes are pretty conservative, so you're having a hard time imagining an overextension. But apparently they're...
Since there was an informant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Looking out on the battlefield, saying, that was a lot of carnage everywhere. Did our supporting forces win? There are a lot of dead giants.
So that winning is interesting in war. There's no real winners. There is the side that loses less, and both sides lost a lot here.
Just looking around, do we see allied forces that are alive?
Yeah, they seem to be about the only ones. There's maybe a force of... I can't remember what the numbers were exactly. They had, I think, 200 men or 2,000?
I forget what it was.
They've lost over half. Let's just put it that way.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Maybe 70%. They have maybe 30, 40% of their forces remaining. And you see that from the southeasterly side where the forces of the Citadel Adabar were supposed to happen, you just were supposed to come in. You do see the forces of Citadel Adabar, but they are just they are scorched. There's just like this massive scar of fire and death and poison where they were supposed to be.
I would like to, if possible, speak to one of the surviving forces, perhaps a captain or general, something of this sort.
Wish we can go. I have a feeling I know what they're going to tell you, but we should get to the bottom of it, right?
And what is that?
A dragon.
Do you think there was a dragon?
It's an intuition that it might have been a dragon, yes.
Let us confirm your suspicions, I suppose.
What do we want to tell them, by the way?
I
Because we
recommend...
weren't successful with our mission necessarily.
We were partly successful, I suppose.
We told them they would stop the Vondendad from wreaking havoc.
That was the main thing, that we have done that. I believe
So
that is all
far
we
we
share.
have. Well, we did tell them we'd tell them the truth about how we were to disable it.
And so we're just gonna tell them that it's in
We
the
hid it.
Underdark?
No, we do not tell them where it is.
Okay.
We say we have hidden it, and telling them would be a compromise to its security. They should understand that.
Maybe it is good if, maybe not them, but if someone else knows, rather than just us and a vet. if she tries to double cross us, perhaps someone else knowing is good.
I don't think so.
With the decimation of these forces, I don't know if she'll be happy with another secret.
It's very interesting that they lost this hard. There is no. If they were to have played this correctly, their losses should be way less, unless it was true that it is very much a dragon. There's not much you could have done at that point.
Well, they were just planning on being the distraction, no? They weren't.
Yes. Why
Yeah.
did they fight?
Right,
How did they lose so many if they were supposed to be a distraction? It's very interesting, right? That's why I do not believe we should share too much.
We won't
Okay.
know until we ask, so I guess we keep it quiet about the Underdark and we go and ask them.
So I would recommend not phrasing it like that if you ever bring it up to the queen herself. I don't think she'd
Who?
take too kindly to those words.
Maybe Zane should do the talking.
True. You have a very good way with words. I would just tell it to them how it is. They probably dislike it.
And so I am on the same page, saying we are partly successful in our mission. We have stopped the giants from being in possession of the Vondendad, and I mean, we killed one giant lord, but a couple have escaped, and we are looking to track them down,
Oh yes,
right?
hunting them down. I believe that's the
Yeah, I
truth.
I believe that's yes.
When they ask about the Vondendad, because they wanted to know how we were going to disable it.
Yeah.
You can say we had a way to take control of it, and we've hid it away.
Yes.
That's fair. If she presses,
It would look very suspicious, I believe.
I don't actually think it's that suspicious if she presses where it is.
I don't understand if people go into the Ironslags and destroy a Death Titan and they tell you they have hidden it. Why would you need to know? If they are able to fight off these giant lords and have hidden it, why do you need to question them?
What if we were to die, and then suddenly the Vondendad is a threat out there that they don't know where it is? They have to live in constant fear of anywhere? Everywhere?
Don't
Do you want to tell them where it is?
don't
I'm
they
not
still
saying that necessarily. I'm just saying that we need to prepare for when they ask. And they may not want to take no for an answer anymore.
Then we don't need their help. Should we just leave?
It is also beneficial to us to figure out exactly what it is that's happened here. If you have suspicions of there being a dragon, if there is indeed a dragon attacking, how they lost so many forces. I don't think just leaving without checking in is going to be a very positive look onto us here.
I think telling them when I believe one of them is to be an informant of the Vondendad position would doom us, I believe.
We don't have to say it in the open. Can request a sort of private meeting with whoever.
I can't trust any of them.
I'd like to think I can trust some people, but
But we just trusted your mother to take good care of the Vondendad.
I suppose
If she did
have
not
many
help
other
us,
choices.
the Vondendad would have destroyed the world. So, I believe our trust has assisted us this far.
are
if
we
she did
sure
not
that's
give us
even
that gem,
true?
If she did not give us that gem, what would we have done? We
How
could
do
not
we
have
know that-
controlled it at all.
I guess that's true.
We would have all died. The world would be gone as we know it. So I think we have, if we're going to trust one person, it has to be my mom. Or we're all going to die.
Just because you trust some people about one thing does not mean you can trust them with everything. She could still be trying to use it for her own benefits, for her own gain. Just because she did not want it to be in the hands of the giants doesn't mean she can be fully trusted.
I
So.
understand you're playing devil's advocate or something along those lines. But the way we're talking right now is zero sum. So what do you want to do? I am done talking. What do you want to do?
Maybe we should just lie.
I
I
believe
mean, I suppose we are to some extent, right? Not saying what it is.
Well, then isn't it better to just full lie? I think if we had a good enough story that we thought that we could get away with, then it would sort of, then there would be none of this. Like if we're worried of what it's going to happen, maybe we should just
What always
make up
says,
the bet what she would want to hear and then go with that.
what does she want to hear? Don't know. maybe not what she wanted to hear, but something that is conclusive that she will not press. Is it possible to say just, unfortunately, in the combat, the Vonedad was destroyed? Sent to somewhere where it is irretrievable, another plane or something?
She won't believe it's destroyed. I promise you that.
Locked away in another plane sounds pretty good to me.
If you guys want to trust her, just tell her. I don't care at this point.
Or
Just hope that she's not a distraction.
if we are thinking of lying, I don't think we have to trusting her, right?
I believe weren't you the one that suggested we pull her aside and tell her? Is that not what you said?
I said to have a meeting with them, yeah, and see what has happened on their side, inform them of some things that I don't know if it is damaging to us if we say that some giants have escaped and we are going to try to track them. Maybe it is. I don't know. I suppose the giants might assume that they are going to try to be messed with in some extent. So if somehow they are working with giants, they already know that.
I'm done talking. Whatever you guys want to do. We're going to talk in a circle. I don't trust any of them.
I
Seems
vote we
very
lie.
brave.
Raise your hand if you vote that we lie.
I don't
Just
know
me?
if we
Okay.
don't know if we need to lie about it. No, I mean, if not telling the full truth counts as lying, then sure, I'm in for lying.
Okay.
Do what you will.
Yeah.
All right, fine. Saying I'll walk towards wherever these forces are.
So as you walk towards the cliff of this vista that you're standing on, one after another, 3 hippogriffs fly up and land. The hippogriffs that you took here.
Very good, very good.
Let's head back to Felbar, I suppose.
You heading towards the battlefield or towards the citadel itself?
I want to quickly check in with whoever's on like the battlefield.
The queen and king are.
Oh, okay. Well, that's who we're looking for anyway.
Oh,
So
yeah. What was the queen's name again?
Queen Titty.
Oh, Time Mall.
Time Mall, yeah. Titmall.
Tit-
Queen Titmall. the old Queen Titmall. Okay, yeah, Titmall. Yep, king and queen fight in the towards the front in the vanguard. So you take the hippogriffs and sail on down, and they kind of gallop as they hit the ground, doing a little skid as they stop. The queen kind of raises her hand, mace in one hand, and just holding some kind of relic in the other. The king, Morin, he has 2 very large axes that he seems to be dual wielding, and they are both breathing heavily. They're like, Queen Tithmal says, "How did it go? Please tell me. After all this, you were able to clear Ironslag out."
Greetings, Queen Simon, King Morit. Clear it out, not quite. We were able to defeat one of the giant lords. A couple were unfortunately have escaped, so. But the mission was partly successful, however. The Vondendad is no longer in their control.
So you dismantled it.
Not quite.
Oh. Is it in Ironslag?
Not at the moment, no.
Okay.
Taking it away.
And the forces from Ironslag, they fled, that our scouts are saying.
they did.
Then that's all I care about. Share your secrets with our rune priest. And the deal is done. She wipes the sweat from her forehead.
What happened on the battlefield here? Seems like there was utter and pure chaos, carnage.
The forces for Citadel Adbar. Seems there was a bit of a mutiny. I'm not sure. But the king of Citadel Adbar wasn't the king at all. He was some kind of shape changer. He and his knights arrived in the vanguard and were possessed. Ghosts sprang out of the vanguard. These kind of creatures, demonic, bow-like creatures that could possess that were possessing the dwarves. They attacked us, and utter chaos ensued. It was dwarf on dwarf, with the giants advancing. If it wasn't for the druids and the elves from the forest, we would have all been slaughtered. And then, when we thought things couldn't get any worse, a great red dragon flew out and scorched the earth. Lightning and fire rained down.
Where's Zamirith? I ask you.
She is in the desert.
Still, okay.
Yep.
And Maya's not near, right?
Nope.
Okay.
Mirth
so
was
this
the
is-
red dragon?
No,
Clouth.
Clouth is the
Cloud
red
was the
dragon.
red dragon.
Yeah.
She says, all would have been lost, but we had enough of our priests survive the fray. They just kept slamming him with spell after spell, after banishment after banishment after banishment, and eventually he was eventually popped out of the sky.
I suppose it was not all for naught, as we have partially succeeded. Oh, I am sorry to hear what has happened here.
We never thought Clouth the Terrible would travel so far east.
It is a surprising development to us as well. We last saw him in the spine of the world. Not far from his Clouthen Vale.
No. I don't know what would make him travel all the way out here.
Was Cloud attempting to kill any giants?
His reign of fire and power was indiscriminate. He's helped us as much as it hurt us.
But not with the giants, then it seemed. That
No.
was okay.
We must depart with haste, however, as Chief Gur of the Hill Giants have been slain.
You
But
slept.
unfortunately, the Countess of the Cloud Giants and the Jarl of the Frost, as well as Duke Zolto, have traveled to the Maelstrom, trying to continue a mute. We must pursue them.
Aye. You ought to pursue them. Send word when you've picked a site out for your keep. We'll petition the Lord's Alliance or whatever place you settle on. We'll petition them for building rights and build you a stout citadel of your own.
Yeah,
Garrison.
of course.
Garrison was the term.
Thank you. Is there any sort of limit on where this can be, or?
Anywhere we can get dwarves. Try to keep it on this side of the ocean.
Of course.
Somewhere in the frontier, otherwise it will just take us a very long time to build it.
As we will discuss and let you know when we know, but of course, time is indeed of the essence here. You wouldn't happen to know where the Maelstrom is, would you?
The what?
No, we couldn't. possibly expect that of anyone.
No.
It seemed not even giants that we spoke to knew of how to reach this place.
A secret, a mystery indeed.
Well, yeah, I can't say I've ever heard of that, but perhaps if you talk to some more seafaring folk or some salt sayers out there in the world or something, or some river captains or boat captains, they'll know.
Perhaps so.
And, of course, the sea elves that live in the islands beyond. They might have heard of it. Good luck.
Maybe returning home to Waterdeep sooner than expected.
Aye.
Till next time, Queen Timon, King Mordant, and give a little bow.
Thank you for what you did here today.
Thank you as well. Could not have been possible without your assistance.
Aye. And you can now see they've started to gather the dead and perform those sort of duties. A rune priest will come up and say, and will ask that you share how it was you were able to gain control of Vonadon. I believe was the deal.
Yeah, that was the deal.
Before
This is what I was-
you leave, I would love to hear the details.
Look towards Lucius.
I look at Kaiser. What does Kaiser look like right now? Want to tell him or no?
Rune Priest,
Yeah?
how long have you lived here?
300 years.
What is your entire name?
I am the High Rune Priest Volduk Runekeeper.
Do you have a wife? A husband?
I have both.
Plot twist? Okay.
300 years is a long time to be one person, Tom.
Correct.
You're not wrong. Good point, good point. If I'm going to tell you how I controlled the Vonadon, I need to know both their names as well.
He tells you them.
Okay. Now you are risking something if this leaks out.
It'll be kept in my tome. The next Runekeeper, the High Rune Priest, in 150 years, when I pass on to the stone, will have it. But beyond that, it will not pass through. I keep great secrets. I keep great secrets.
I hope you do. For all the names you have given me. I have a gem that was given to me by my parents that I can use to control the Vonadon.
A gem. May I see it?
I'll hold it out. It's like a red gem, right?
Yep. Kind of peers and his eyes glow very quickly. Clever. That makes sense. That makes sense. As our cousins tell us, from Gauntlgrim, Magir the Dawn Titan was stolen to craft the Vonadon. What you hold there seems to be a modified, well, elemental control gem.
I see. That makes a lot of sense, huh?
Clever. Whoever. Your parents, you said?
Yes. If 300 years alive, you've probably met them before.
I hope it was on good terms. Well, whoever did this is certainly an accomplished arcanist.
Something like that.
Well, thank you for sharing those secrets. I would have never thought of that. It's very clever, especially the finer points of the enchantment. It must have been very taxing.
Have you ever talked to this guy for a minute?
Yep.
Okay, I'm using my ability on him. Where is it? So I know exactly what I can do.
Strength score.
Know your enemy. Yep. Total class levels.
You get to know the total class level?
Yep.
15.
Okay. Wisdom score.
22.
Actually, fuck. Sorry, I can't know wisdom score.
Okay.
Just there's some physical stats. And then strength score.
Isn't it if it's higher or lower than yours?
Higher or lower? Yep.
Yours is 20, right?
Yep.
His is lower.
Okay. I'll nod to him and I'll start walking away. I believe our conversation was finished, unless I'm trolling.
Yep. Nope. You see him turn around and start tending to the dead, instructing lower level divine priests. Okay. So, what is your travel plan here, folks? You have your hippogriffs. You travel 56 miles an hour to make it simple on me. Over land, so you can take direct routes. What is your... It is based on the travel time from Citadel Felbar to Ironslag. It took you a couple hours, and then all that. So, you know, it is midday, early afternoon still. What would you like to do? What are you doing?
Zane, I heard you had learned a spell that could teleport us to Waterdeep. That's crazy, right?
I don't know how you know that. That is very wow.
I could read it off you. It's very easy.
Interesting.
I saw you practice drawing circles in your room. It's very easy.
We've been through this fight, and okay. Yes, I could do that.
Zane became jester for like half a second there.
I could indeed do that. Yes, if you wish to travel to Waterdeep or Mirabar or Everland, I would be able to provide this.
I don't want
Sorry. Go ahead.
I just want to say I did not fully want to assume that the Maelstrom would be in the ocean, but it's a very good chance it would be, right?
You know that much, that it is in the ocean.
Weren't we told that it is exactly in the ocean?
You do know 100% it's in the ocean.
Okay.
Probably in the
It could be like south and we're just in the water. Like, where is it? Guys,
Yeah.
I don't see it anywhere.
You gotta
It's in
do
the
it.
desert, the ocean of
Left
sand.
sea,
You're
not the
correct.
South Sea.
Yeah, the sea of the yeah. You gotta travel across Outer Rock to get to the fucking the ocean that I don't even know the name of.
Left
Left
shark.
Can we bring the hippogriffs with us?
Of course.
Yeah, they can come through. Yes.
Yes, please.
I
Should
think
we,
I have to rest first, maybe, because
Yeah, so
technically no longer is before
Technically, you don't
level
have your
9.
spells. Yep.
Yeah,
Should definitely rest before we go anyway, but
yeah.
should we also be asking the Marchion of Mirabar why the fuck his head wizard was in the Ironslags?
I also don't think we should teleport in there in case we could not get out. Because if he was there looking to kill us, then I don't believe we could make it out of here, to be honest.
Clearly, the Marchion of Mirabar has his hand in
A couple
many.
cakes.
Yeah.
Pies, I think is the actual phrase, but I said cakes. Cakes or pies, same thing.
Same thing. It's not-
In a lot of cookie jars is the one I was going to.
Correct.
True, that's
That's actually it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cakes. Like if you hand directly into the pie.
Pie.
What the fuck?
But yes, no, Igir having being so closely involved in all of this is, I mean, it either is directly from the Marchion or Igir has his own motives, both which could very well be the case. probably is the Martian, though, as his
Yes.
reach, his extent wants to grow as much as possible, and he was part of the prophecy.
The two things I would assume, but of course the higher chances the Martian is in on it would be that maybe the wizard Igir is working on his own to assist the giants and then become the Martian. But I believe that is a way less chance than the other one.
Also, half his face disappeared in the middle of the fight.
Didn't he turn into some sort of demon thing? What happened there? Does anyone know what he actually was?
Looks sort of like a dragon fiend of sorts.
Like
something
a
like that.
salamander or something?
I'm not familiar personally.
Who would like to roll history for this?
It's like dragon related, well, also fiend related. You did say fiend.
Yeah, religion would work. History, religion.
My history is okay.
We
I'm
take
bad
those.
at all of those rolls.
I
but,
say
you know.
I use a sword. I don't.
Me
Arcana will work, but you'll get a weaker answer.
True.
Yeah, I mean, I would be thinking. Lucius would be thinking religion. Zane, what are you doing? If you're also thinking religion, I'd just help you. But
history.
okay, I'm gonna roll for religion.
I read things. I was a learned child.
I learned battle strategies.
All right, go ahead and roll. Tell me what you get.
Salamander man.
Thank you for that
14.
contribution, Tom. 14 total. No advantage. Not being helped.
Because I'm doing religion. And he's doing
Great, and you
his-
I'm helping.
so
I'm helping them.
You're helping
I'm like,
Zane.
this looks like this mystical thing that I've heard of.
Who are you helping? Zane or Lucius?
Whoever is doing the religion check. I'm
Oh,
helping.
okay, so that's me.
So then you roll again. Probably not
That
at one
one I
again,
would know
right? There's no
better.
way it's not.
Yeah, there's no way it's a 1 2 times in a row.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the opposite.
Okay, so history and so religion. Religion is actually the optimal skill for this, I think, technically. So for the history roll, you do believe so. Okay, so here's the information since you're sharing it. I'll just tell you the whole totality of what you know. So when I forget what catalyst it was, but there was a catalyst in Yield, Forgotten Realms Lore. I think it was after the resolution of the Spell Plague, where the Archfiend Asmodeus ascended to godhood. He's now actually the god of hell. He's not just an archdevil anymore. He's a full-fledged god. He has the power and ranks of divinity. Somewhere along that way, during all those trials and tribulations, the chromatic dragon god Tiamat took up residence in hell for her machinations and whatnot. And a sort of pact was formed between the two, where these creatures known as Abyssais, draconic fiend-like creatures, both dragon and fiend, usually given to be in service of fiends, but also in service of chromatic dragons on the material plane. And they can range from all the colors, white for brutes, blues for wizards, reds for total badass battle commanders, green and black for assassin. And these Abyssais are starting to be very, very feared in the material world because they can walk between both worlds, and they're incredibly dangerous. Blue Abyssais are very powerful wizards. Sorcerer is probably more likely, but this one's a wizard.
Tiamat's like a VIP of hell, right?
She is super VIP of hell. Yeah, I forget the whole lore behind it, but basically she's in hell now, and Asmodeus and her are as tight as two evil
BFFs.
as two evil creatures could be.
Okay, so I would share that, of course.
Yeah.
Talk about the Abyssai. I'm sure Zane would also be attesting to that he'd read of them.
Yep.
Well, he was a blue Abyssai, and Mirith, of course, being a blue dragon. Could be that Gear is under the service of Amirith.
If that is the case, then perhaps Igor is not working for the Martian in that extent,
Nice.
being over here. Yeah.
Maybe my second theory was actually the correct one.
Well, I don't think this absolves the Martian, but it definitely
No.
does lead me
Put
to
less
believe that...
inclination on him. Inclination, that's the word. I don't know what I said.
Well, I wouldn't even say that. I would say potentially he's also working with Amirith, but not the Giants.
Oh, the Martian. You think
I
the
don't-
Martian might be an abyss? Maybe Gear had died and he was replaced by the...
I don't think that the dragons are working with the giants. So Agir was likely there helping Duke Zolto
happened there
under a
assisted the
guise.
giants, right?
Well, yes, of course he assisted the giants there. What I'm saying is he was there to gain information for the dragons. For Amirith. She has a part to play here.
So Giar could be working for either Imerith, the Giants, or for Duke Zolto, or some combination of two of them.
He's a hoe.
Not Duke Zolto, but
He's a hoe.
I just doubt that his draconic nature, he would be working for the giants.
Yeah, probably unlikely.
I feel he was there on a somewhat secret mission to obtain information on the giants to bring back.
Sorry.
Then why was he trying to stop us from getting to
Yeah.
the
Well, I'm curious of that myself.
Also, he transformed in mid-fight, and none of the giant kings seemed surprised.
Did
They-
they notice?
I would assume a giant lord would notice things happening around them, no?
He was pretty far
I mean, they
away.
were being pinned down by the Vondendad. I
don't
feel
think-
they had bigger problems.
I don't know if you're a giant lord if you get distracted by that. I mean
By the Vondendad?
It was a
Disagree.
chaotic
They
battle.
almost destroyed the Vonendad. Let's remind ourselves, it was almost one hit from being destroyed.
You don't know that.
Well, one piloting knows that.
It was like blinking red, like beep,
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 beep.
danger.
We got trouble up here.
Nice.
I mean, it's not like we had a conversation with the giants either. You know, ask them, hey, did you see that guy?
Okay, let's just assume that he was gathering info for Iramith, whatever the dragon's name is.
I think
Right.
all they have right now is assumptions. We don't really know what part he plays on which
Love to
side.
assume, actually. That's our favorite part. D&D is just assuming. This is Tom talking at this point. I don't know.
Yeah, correct. The speculation is a favorite pastime of y'all, which is fine.
We just like to know what's gonna happen going in. We like
And then
to
we're always wrong. We're wrong like
bases.
95% of the time.
Well,
Correct.
that 5%.
True. Okay, well, we need to rest now, and then
Yeah,
we
we
can
need
go
to
to
rest.
Waterdeep.
The information of Igir working for whoever does not assist us currently. Does not really change what he is against us and we are against him.
Could matter if he knows where the maelstrom is.
Do we
Because
hunt down Igir?
Well, there is someone that would be a little bit easier to find. The Martian.
Yeah.
If the Martian is with Agir, then can we make it out of Mirabar?
Well, that's that's a fine question to ask, but I'm saying we don't know how to find the maelstrom. We can go to Waterdeep and ask around all the sailors and hear their legends,
I believe
or
we should do
if
that first.
Agir is certainly, and that's fine. But if Agir is certainly someone who would know, maybe that's part of what he was finding out.
Aubrey.
So,
I would like you to roll me intelligence plus proficiency
oakley.
about the maelstrom.
Smarty pants.
She was a sailor. She was also married to a sailor.
I don't know. Kaiser doesn't know.
Didn't she tell us the story?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, she did?
Kaiser should know.
Yeah.
Wait, did she? I don't remember.
Oh, but not about the maelstrom, though, right?
No, not about the
No.
maelstrom. No.
Oh, it was like somebody didn't know how to sail. I was like, I think one of us could know how to sail a boat. It
So,
was, yeah.
23, exactly. Okay. So, Aubrey, since you are the sailor of the group, so to speak, there are a few things that you know, since this is now coming up repeatedly, and although you left that life behind you, you still know a few things. Every once in a while, you kind of things zap back on. You're like, oh yeah. Storm giants, where they make their homes, especially particularly powerful ones, can't help but perpetuate storms around them. So, but storm giants tend to be very benevolent, but still, ships tend to keep a wide berth around these locales, whether it be a lonely island or a deep cavern somewhere below. A storm, almost a permanent storm, perpetuates. kind of be belying, befitting, whatever you might say, betraying their locale. So storm giants aren't really actually good at keeping hidden in general, but it's hard to tell which one's where, right? So there are many storms that rage forever on the seas, the Sea of Swords. But you do know that a particularly potent one exists southwest of the islands known as the Whalebones. And it was long thought to... Oh, thank you, Angry Nerd Girl, for the raid. Thanks, Jess. It was long thought to believe that a kind of conclave of storm giants were responsible for that one, for it was quite large, quite persistent, and dating back years had never quite changed. It is northwest of the Corin Archipelago and southwest of Whalebones, which...
Well, at the mention of going to Waterdeep and hearing sailors, relay that information that she remembers, that mention of sailor stories.
Okay, well, that is the start. Southwest of Whalebones.
That's left.
Left ocean.
Left ocean.
Left of whalebones. Got it.
Yield whalebones.
So does that mean that we're going to Waterdeep then?
Yeah, I suppose we should take a rest and head there.
All right.
With Smokey and Midnight and Kitty.
Who?
What?
The hippogriffs, hello?
You name them?
Yeah, of course I named them. You didn't name them? How are you going to have a pet and not know its name, Kaiser?
To be fair, the pets that have stayed with us haven't lasted very long.
Don't get too attached.
Don't say that.
Let's go to sleep when we start crying. Okay.
We can try our best to hold on to these. I mean, they fly. They are very useful.
If it's a perpetual storm and we're taking ship, maybe we should have some magical precautions on our ship.
I mean, we would have to ask someone to help us with that, I believe.
Yeah.
Unless...
Yeah. Aubrey, do you know of any? I'm not just very wise on sailor tech.
Within Waterdeep, I'm not particularly sure. I haven't lived there in quite a long time.
No, I just mean like things that you could put on your ship to help withstand storms magically.
Are there things like that, or do like ships that are sailing near those places just have like wizards or sorcerers or something that have like ability to like control
Generally,
weather?
what I call a salt sayer is usually what they come equipped with. Someone with control water, or if you're really, really good, control weather, but that's really, really rare to have. Control winds, things like that. So, and remember, we use spell versatility rules, so people can always swap out one spell per long rest if you're like a sorcerer or a bard.
Oh yeah, I forgot I could do that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Something also that I was going to perhaps suggest is that if we do want to go the route of getting information from a gear, if we don't find anything in Waterdeep or whatever expedition is unsuccessful, could try to have a sort of neutral location meeting somewhere in Mirabar with a gear so that it would not be dangerous for myself or for us. And Mr. Aguirre is a very cocky man. He might very well give out some information for free. It might not be much, but it might be something. Whereas we don't really have to give anything in return.
Why would you not plan to kill us?
Because of the location of whatever meeting it is, that it will be known by my family, by people who can protect us, by some place where it is too dangerous for him to just kill us.
If he was working with the Martian, I don't think any place in Mirabar is too dangerous for him to kill us, to be honest.
I don't think that they would be so bold, so brazen as to do so. If the Martian is just going to give orders to kill, Zane Korakai, I don't think that it would serve very well for the Martian keeping a hold of his power, unless it is under pure tyranny.
I think if you want to risk it, that is a very, very risky gamble to do.
Plus, you might be protected, but that doesn't stop them from just killing the
Yeah,
rest of us.
we are not here. Why would they not just kill us?
My family is there to protect us.
You are not. We are not part of your family.
Is there?
Don't have to be someone that can also be protected. So
Is there anything now that we know that the mean wizard was working with the giants? Is there anything
Maybe.
that Lemmy could have told him? Or is there anything that, like, with now knowing that they're the baddies, that Lemmy could have told them about us?
that's a question. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, we have shoes.
I mean, I'm not worried about, my family, because I don't have parents or anybody who loves me except for you guys, but I feel like you guys, if they know anything about you, that could be bad.
My parents are probably fine. If they perish, then
Okay, Kaiser, but what about everyone else?
I don't think anyone had shared their parents to Lemmy the Mind Mage. If they had, they would be trolling.
Or anything about our mission? I just, is there anything that we told Lemmy that now knowing that the wizard and maybe the Martian is working with the giants, that they could think about what we're gonna know, especially because now Lemmy knows that we're going after, or the mean wizard knows that we were there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. The only thing that I believe Lemmy could know about us would be Zentarum. That is the only thing. While there was a Zentarum man at that moot, yes, remember, that is the only thing that could connect us.
Yes. And Lemmy also knows that you all at least hatched a plan to mind control the Martian, but then abandoned it.
Of course, they could use that against Zane, but whatever. Zane's fine.
Nothing happens there. It is.
That's just
I mean-
the words of a Slardar. It doesn't matter.
Oh,
I just named a Dota character in case you're curious.
I was curious, thanks.
Slardar's blue, and he's like a lizard man, so it's connected 2 and 2.
It means if that is what has been said from Lemony, it means that Gyar and the Martian definitely don't trust me at all. I mean, they never did to begin with, but
True.
they have even more unfavorable opinion
yeah.
to that extent.
I really think we should just go to Waterdeep, try to find the Maelstrom. I think we should skip.
Yeah, if we are successful in doing so, but if our efforts are unsuccessful, then that could be something that we consider.
Okay.
Would you make a teleportation circle on a boat?
Yes.
Yes.
Could we, if we go south of the whalebones, don't find it, could we teleport to Mirabar, then teleport back to the boat?
Well, the boat would have to have a permanent fixture.
Well, yeah, we'd have the salt
Anchor.
there. We'd have.
Well,
Even if
it
you
has to be.
anchor it, it would still be doomed,
You have to have
right?
a permanent circle.
You have to have a permanent circle.
Yeah.
So we couldn't
Which takes
TP
a
back
year,
there.
so we could spend a year getting a
Oh, true.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Or just
Boat.
ensure the boat that you get has that. And some might come equipped with that, but that's gonna add to the
probably
price.
really expensive.
Yeah, so a whole
Sure
year
will
just.
be.
Zane.
Only the best for
Very
Zacor,
true.
guys.
Hey,
Okay?
do you know how much we bought for that battle? We bought like 2,400 different potions. We bought a lot
Just
of.
go to mommy and daddy and say, or
Yeah,
mommy
Isn't that what we
and
said we
say-
shouldn't do? Is go to Mirabar because Gyar is mine.
That wasn't
We
me.
need,
That was Zane.
we need a
Leave him alone.
withdrawal from mommy and daddy.
Or guy Zane.
The Contessa, the fucking Contessa bankroll in this adventuring fucking party.
Or Patreon.
700 platinum a month in Patreon, baby. That'd be good. That'd be the dream.
Okay, I mean, regardless, I want to write a letter to Mirabar. Hopefully, it will not be intercepted or something of the sort. So perhaps.
That's a very bold claim.
Good luck.
Yeah, just No, but I.
Do you need me to send a message to someone in Mirabar?
Like a sending message, like a
Oh.
spell.
Or
Yeah, that could be useful.
It is
you
safer.
could tie a message to a bird and I could tell the bird to go. That'd be hard to intercept.
Huge.
Speak with
I'm sure a
someone
bird will
across
remember the entire way
world
there. A
Instantly.
bird won't be distracted by a small.
Receive a response right now.
What? You never heard
Very
of
second.
carrier pigeons, Kaiser?
I've heard of carrier pigeons, but a
I could
random
have
bird
a
in the
conversation with anyone on this plane of existence.
Kaiser and I are
Matter
ignoring
of
you.
seconds.
And we are
Yelling
hard
about
ignoring
birds
you.
talking right
about
now.
birds.
530 miles for that bird.
That bird is not
Fine.
getting anywhere near.
What do you
being
mean
far.
it's a bird?
The bird would either
fly.
perish, forget about it, go the opposite way, or make it there, and then they get the bird.
I have 5G.
Oh,
That's crazy.
Fine.
Well, homing pigeons have a distance of 1,100 miles.
Bitch.
Carrier pigeons.
there you go.
Holy bitch, you're about to find a random pigeon in the forest. Hey, can you deliver this like 8 million miles real quick? Yeah, I'm sure you can do it.
Messenger pigeons. Looking it up. Wartime communication.
Wartime communication.
I
Gotta
don't
go
doubt
low
your pigeon
tech.
tech, but
Listen,
also
it's
just
We
it's
didn't inspect
dicey.
on that.
It's
Yeah,
dicey. That's
we
all.
didn't inspect on that
Yeah,
tech tree, so
okay.
I wouldn't put your points into it.
If we send a message, would it be to who would it be to? My father, I suppose. Would tell him that we know that Agira is not himself. He is indeed an Abyssai, working for perhaps a dragon or the giants, but more likely a dragon. And could request some financial assistance in have that be sent to Mirabar?
Wires.
Also,
Wire us some money.
we could also ask the Harpers in Everland. They might be willing to fund a venture to
Save the world.
stop the giants from having a moot.
Yeah, it's true.
But that'd
Just
also be a
both.
pretty long trip, right?
And
Well, we
then-
could just use the teleportation circle to Evelyn, correct?
Oh, yes.
Didn't
true.
you ask the sorcerer there?
Yeah,
about that
I remember.
when he
I
gave you
remember
the
that
circle?
conversation where you asked him for the circle. Yeah, I remember that. now.
Yep. Right
Remember
as
that.
I known in the
Did that.
future I was going to be able to tell
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
But yeah, I had
remember, yeah.
that
Yes, you had the foresight to
of
do
course.
such a thing.
Yeah, because
yeah.
I totally know I would be able to do this. in
Yeah.
the future. Yeah.
It's not uncommon for fledgling arcanists to ask for teleportation circles wherever they go.
Yeah.
For that one day when they know they will have access to the world at 9th level. Sort of. Okay, so y'all take a long rest.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
there are no interruptions. You know, we're between things right now. Take your long rest, heal up.
I guess right before that, if you're
Yeah.
able to, Lucius, if you could just send a message anyway.
Yep. Sending. Mr. Gear's a lizard.
Yeah, and to be very careful of him. Won't be returning home right now. Trying to stop the world from ending by giants. Yeah, all that.
Then we'll-
Mainly the gear thing, though.
Send
I
money,
will
please.
send all of those things that Zane asked me to his father.
Okay. To his father. Okay.
Yeah, isn't that what you said?
Yeah, that's what I
Okay.
said.
He replies, it's good to hear from you. That is disturbing, but I will keep an eye out. I think we can send a little something. You're out there being heroes, after all.
Okay, the wire transfer coming in.
And
Nice.
he'll also, and he says, great to hear from you. Hope you're all doing well.
Nice. All right.
Darius Korkai, if I remember correctly.
I believe so.
Yeah. The Earl. Okay. Okay, so y'all able to send that message before you go to bed, and then what is this? Oh, the ye old party location pog that I haven't used in eons. Look at that. That's from episode 2, y'all. 4 or 5. It'd be episode 5 because you weren't on the road till episode 5. Look how cute that is. I'm gonna start using this again. All right, we're bringing it back. There you go. I imagine you didn't actually go to bed in the field full of dead people.
True.
I might have.
We go back to Felbar.
Yeah, got you there.
If we nah, it doesn't matter anymore. Never mind.
Okay.
Continue.
Okay. And you can cast the teleportation circle. If you cast it to Waterdeep, I think the circle that makes sense. Are you going to? Is it Waterdeep or are you doing Everland? What are you doing?
Yeah, do we want to ask the Harpers first?
Might as well, I suppose, if you think
It's on the way.
yeah.
I mean, we're just taking an extra day, but it's not a big deal.
Well, you have two
Potentially,
spell
they can
slots,
just...
right? Or only one?
What was that?
One.
Kaiser's a no. Continue.
Right.
Potentially, you could just teleport us as well. I suppose you can only do it once, yes?
Yeah, I can do it
Yeah.
once per day, yes.
They might be able to forward us along to Waterdeep from there, but if not, it's just one day of detour to try and get some funding.
Seems pretty worth it, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Especially opposed to normally traveling, it would take weeks, even on Hippogriff.
Oh yeah, we have left our hippogriffs, right?
No, we brought the hippogriffs
No.
Wait, can
with.
we teleport them?
Yes.
I
Yeah.
asked this. We had this conversation.
I missed it. My fault.
And you know because you saw it. There is a teleportation circle from There is in Moongleam Tower, which you have been granted some access to. There is a circle from. The circles are here. I will just make. Well, can I show this to players? I don't know what the hell's going on. There you go. And then, so Nearbar, Neverwinter, Waterdeep, Yartar, Loudwater, and Everlund. That's Moongleam Tower.
Okay, so Yartar is Stormwind. Okay. Well, I guess everywhere can go everywhere. Never mind. Doesn't really matter where you
Yep, exactly. Everywhere can go everywhere. That's exactly right. So, if you...
Yartar Stormwind.
Yartar Stormwind. Everyone hangs out there in duels. Okay, so you are able to cast that teleportation circle, and you get shot back over to Everlund. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. You arrive in Moongleam Tower, and one of the mages gives you a nod. And as the hippogriffs smash down, they're like, "Oh, you, Archmage." Thanks. That's my Foley. And the Archmage, the door kind of opens. Ah, you're back. And you have the hippogriffs.
Yes. Should we have left them?
No, we brought them.
We can.
They are assisting us still in our journeys, our adventures. If it is okay if we bring them here, and is there somewhere for them to stay?
Of course, the stables are actually quite empty as we send most of our beasts on. Yes, we can put them in the stables for however long you're staying. High Sorcerer, Viral Ruden... I cannot pronounce the name of this shit. Viral Rudnen. That's his name. Okay, and he says, come. And another Harper mage comes and takes your hippogriffs away, and you can pat them on the head, and they say farewell to you for good. Just kidding. And you're brought into the High Sorcerer's office. He says, so, I've heard some things already about our scouts reported in the war to the east, but it sounded quite gruesome, but I'd love to hear a first-hand account.
What was this person's name again?
The High Sorcerer, Viril Rudin. This is the man y'all talked to last time. He is an arc. Yep. This is the guy who you told to tell your father. I put it in Roll20. That,
Oh, thank you.
dead.
We entered the Ironslags via teleportation. We made our way into the chamber that housed the Vonendad. We were able to take control of the Vonendad and faced the leaders of all giant clans. The Jarl of the Frost, Chief of the Hill, the Countess of the Cloud, and Duke Zolto himself. There we were also attempted to be thwarted by a certain Mr. Igir from Mirabar, who is an Abyssai disguised as a wizard. We were able to slay Chief Ga, the Hill Giants. But the rest used the conch to teleport to the Maelstrom, escaping our clutches. I feel we have to pursue them and find this Maelstrom to stop whatever giant mute they are trying to accomplish. They wanted to crown Duke Zalto the new Storm King, which leads me to believe that maybe they were behind the disappearance of King Hecaton. We've also had encounters with the blue dragon Mirith, and it does concern us that an Abyssai, a blue Abyssai, would be appearing at that council. Also, we spotted a man in Zentarim clothing, but he ran away shortly. I guess that's a detail that's important. He didn't seem significant in the long run of everything that happened there, but the fact that the Zentarim are involved is another pesky annoyance on top of all of it.
Kind of steeples his fingers. Well, we do understand that the Zentarim have recently tried to, because they've suffered such heavy losses to the giant incursions, they were trying a reversal of their fortunes by allying with the giants instead. So perhaps that Zentarim was a diplomat, that agent was a diplomat for half of the Zentarim who wants to ally with the giants rather than keep fighting them. It's difficult because many giants, although bound by honor, have a hard time seeing humans and their ilk as, well, people worthy of making deals with. As for the rest of what you said, that is troubling. A blue Abyssai making inroads in both Mr. Agir of Mirabar. He kind of leans back. I've heard of him. He's a very noted abjurationist. Abjure, excuse me. That would explain some things, I guess. He made a name out of himself rather quickly, at the same time that takes others. But why would he be there?
Well, either the Marchion is involved in some capacity, or Mr. Agir has him in his pocket.
Wouldn't be the first time that a human lord fell under the malevolence of ill counsel.
That being said, though, Mirabar could potentially be under threat of whatever influence that Igir has.
Yes, I believe it is indeed under threat if Mr. Agir is the Marchion's closest advisor and he is a fiend. A draconic fiend.
If that is the case, could I perhaps ask your assistance or others here in Everland if the time comes that Mirabar can be preserved and Mr. Agir's presence can be expelled from there?
Well, we are, of course, spread very, very thin at the moment. However,
of course,
Zaspar Bronzefire, the Circle's attendant in Mirabar, he is the attendant there, and if you need help while in Mirabar, seek him out. However, you should know that the teleportation circle that we use is a secret. The Marchion doesn't know that we have it there. Everything you see here is a secret. The Harpers act in secrecy, and I have shown an incredible level of trust by allowing you all in here as non-members. But you are the Heroes of Triboar, and I have to put my faith in something. So, be careful how you use these. But yes, Zasbar should be able to help you. He is a relatively accomplished mage. He's not as powerful as I am. I would go there and help you if I could myself, but every time I've left Everlund, it's come under attack. So, better not move.
Of course. And where is Zaspar in Mirabar?
It is a secret. There is a stable house. In circles inscribed, there's a stable house in one of your lower quarters. They don't offer a name. I'll make it up. Let's see. It is
Franksville.
Springsville. Not the plastered mare. That's in Ghost in the Machine. It's next to the contentious Chimera. It's the stable house for that inn. That is where the circle is located. And of course, you're always welcome to come here and just teleport straight to it yourself. But if you have to make inroads otherwise.
It's very appreciated. I believe teleporting to their predetermined teleportation would be very dangerous. So having this one would make going to Mirabar way more of an option.
Yes, I imagine your circle, if there's a more established formal circle that you might use, is probably under watch of some kind. Cities often put scrying sensors and all sorts of mystical divination traps near their circles. We do it here as well. Yes.
Yeah, Zimashan probably know, or Regir would know, whoever else has come in, besides for this, though, so it is very useful. Thank you for that.
Yes. And hopefully Zaspar will be able to help you. But please, ensure that he survives any confrontation with Mr. Agir. And if he dies, resurrect him. Because we don't have a mage to spare to manage that house.
Of course. We'll try our best to preserve Zaspar.
Or at least...
If we let him die, I will bring him back to life.
Thank you. And if you can't manage that, bring him back here so we can bring him back to life.
If you had a scroll of maybe gentle repose, this would be way easier to preserve his body.
He looks, he's an excellent suggestion. Yeah, I think I do have. And you see him, he gets up. His office is pretty neat for a mage, especially one of his stature and rank. But there's still a decent amount of clutter. And he goes over to this writing desk that is just stacked with scrolls. And he pushes things around. Gentle repose. Aha! And he just hands it over to whoever. He's like, which...
Zane, can you take it for now?
He hands it over to Zane.
Just as a precaution, make it way easier to preserve him.
That's an excellent suggestion, Kaiser.
Yeah, it's very common to do on battlefields to preserve commanders.
Unfortunately, we're not too... the Harpers, we try to fight the forces of evil, but we're not actually too familiar with war. We're more adventurous.
It's good to not be familiar with war. It's very depressing.
So I'm learning. So, I believe that's all the advice and counsel I can offer. I've already given you the staff that I had on hand. I don't think I have anything else for you.
It's okay. We have a few leads.
Good. You're welcome to use Moongleam Tower and teleport to the edges of the frontier as you will.
Wait, did he give us money?
Nope.
Oh.
You did ask for that, huh?
We haven't asked yet.
We haven't asked it.
So that's all you're talking, man.
No, it's...
It's not my
Harold.
connects.
Oh,
We
true.
were curious, however. We were considering trying to requisition a boat out of Waterdeep, but we were hoping to try and find one that may have means of teleporting to it via teleportation circle. I feel that would incur a heavy cost.
A boat? Ah, that we have.
One that we could teleport to. It has a circle.
It might. We don't use it very often, unfortunately. Let me look at my notes here. And he shuffles through some parchment. Okay, the DM's double checking something. it specifically calls out the Harpers. He says, we do have a boat. I don't know if it has a teleportation circle, but sailing ship, Harpers. However, Zeldar. Oh, it actually does. Actually, he says, we actually have the Kelpie's Kiss ship parked in Waterdeep. This war has not taxed our resources in any. We've been mostly using it to ferry people from there to Luskan and doing some small seaside missions. The mage there, Zaldar Floshin, is the captain. And I do believe he's a mage. Yeah, his ship does have a teleportation circle. I'm going to say it does, because he's a mage. And he can cast the damn spell.
That'd be very beneficial.
Lies that to try and make our way towards the Maelstrom, or at least to look for the Maelstrom, be incredibly helpful.
I'm afraid I don't know if I have the address on hand.
You have the keys?
He scrolls. Scrolls. He pulls one huge thick tome, poof, flips it open. It's been some time. Oh, I hope this is still in date. He rips out a page. He sets it aside and waves his hand. He sets one blank piece of paper next to it, the parchment that has the circle, and she drags his hand over the teleportation circle, and it flies over to the blank piece of paper. He says, "You can put this in your book," and he hands it to Zane. Hopefully, their address was still correct.
We can teleport just there. That's very useful.
Would it be rude of us to teleport straight onto his boat? Shall we go to
Kinda
Waterdeep
awkward, huh?
first?
Probably would be
It
rude.
probably would be. I can also just send him a message and let him know you're coming.
Right. Well, either tell him we'll go to the boat or tell him we'll go to Waterdeep. Either way, we've got probably a few days to spare.
He can be contentious, I imagine. And some of you have homes in Waterdeep. It'd probably be a good time to pay them a visit before you venture.
We don't mind stopping there first.
So
Yeah, 'cause I can't teleport today, but we can just go to Waterdeep today, with here.
Yes, that
gestures over to the tower. So you have use of the boat. We can spare it for a few weeks, probably a month or two.
That hopefully would be enough time.
Well, you've been at this for several months. Remember all the travel?
True.
Yeah.
But now we have teleport.
Yes, the campaign is getting closer, which is good because you're in the falling action.
All right.
That'll do it for us here.
All right. Is there anything else I can do for you? Any other scrolls or things that would be critical to your mission? I don't have an endless supply, but I could probably find something in our archives.
Thing for controlling weather, getting through a storm?
Oh, I don't... well, actually, let me check. I don't know that particular... That's never been a skill of mine.
It's alright.
I have something for winds.
I believe we should just hire a soothsayer, to be honest.
Oh, well, the captain is a saltsayer.
Oh, he's coming with us?
He's
Well,
the captain of the ship.
Captain. It's his boat.
He's not just
Unless you-
give us his boat.
That's what it
Unless
sounded
you're...
like.
No. Do you know how to captain a ship?
Look at Aubrey.
Do you know how to... are you a crew? That would be impressive.
We are not.
Okay, then.
Yes.
You need a crew, and you need a captain.
I don't think many of us were under the assumption that we were just taking the boat, but that's okay.
It's a whole thing. Okay, he says, I could maybe rustle up a control winds.
Well, if the captain's going to be there, we may not even need to take your resources, but it could be helpful.
He'll give you a scroll of control winds.
Never know what will happen.
How did my father take the news?
He nodded.
That tracks.
As I understand, your trust or estate is being liquidated. Who's that going to go to?
Well,
So real interested.
The
If
DM needs to
they-
know.
If you can actually pass that along, have it go to the orphanage where I was raised.
Do you have any surviving siblings?
I don't think so.
All right.
I mean, I went there alone.
Oh. Seems your father doesn't want any of the the money he pledged in your name, so that's all gone.
That's alright. Just make sure that place is taken care of. You know, it was falling apart a bit after I'd left.
That'll continue to happen in these times.
Yeah,
Well
they'll
then.
need the money more than ever.
Best be on your way.
Yes, goodbye. Sorry. Wait, are we teleporting or are we sleeping?
We can take the tower.
Just
Okay.
took,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
just
think
just
making
took
sure
an
that's what we're
extended
doing.
rest.
Kron's
heard you.
muted, but he was saying.
Oh, I said teleporting tower.
Okay, just making sure. Double checking. Meow. Oh wow, we're in water deep.
Nope, not yet. Okay. Tower. I gotta check where this is actually gonna set because I was ready for Zane's location, but I was not ready for this one. Although I should have been, to be honest. I mean, whatever. Okay, so. Okay, funny enough, it is a creaky old 3-story row house on the whatever it's called, the C ward, the dock ward. I think this would be the dock ward because the C ward's the nicer one. The dock ward in I'm reading Neverwinter. My bad. You. Okay. Yep. All right. So you were told that the Thestral Millarden is the mage that manages it. So you teleport in and you see the high, raised, and smooth walls in the interior of what apparently is a crypt. You are inside a crypt in the city of the dead. As you teleport in, the female human mage looks up, kind of blonde hair with tucked back in a single braid, fair complexion. You see a very nice amulet around her neck, and behind her is a shield guardian, a kind of golem. She smiles. I was told you were coming. Welcome to Waterdeep. You are in the crypt. Excuse me. You are in the Myrna Crypt in the City of the Dead. Do remember that this location is secret, so exit the tomb discreetly. The crypt, discreetly.
Very well.
Yeah, thank you for your welcome. Good day.
Just smiles.
Walk on out.
Yeah.
Tiptoe our way out.
Awkward silence as we walk out.
So you climb up and you reach you climb up this spiral staircase and you reach a stone lid. And you, Kaiser, assuming you move it, you all find yourselves climbing out of a sarcophagus. And you...
I put it back on.
Yep. Shut it. And then you eventually are able to leave the crypt. It's actually, you are in like the top, you're on the bottom floor, and you have to go up 3 stairs. So it's a very large crypt. And then you come out on the top floor, which is actually surface level. And you are in the City of the Dead.
Acropolis.
I wonder, does she just like stay down there? Like
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. That does she live down there? Or?
You noticed she made herself quite at home, and she was a little off-putting in her demeanor. Like she doesn't get to talk to many people.
That's
Yeah,
pretty
as
sad.
far
We
as
should've
I
went
was
back and
aware, they do just live in these
You
locations.
should have said hi. How's it going? How's the weather or stuff like that. She
Yeah,
sits down there and waits for people to teleport. That's her life.
It's her 9 to 5.
Too late now.
Oh well.
She's a very powerful spellcaster. I'm sure she has ways to
Entertain
find
yourself.
enjoyment.
And you would imagine Harp and Lucius would know at least part of this. Like Harper agents, when they teleport in, usually chat to the Circle Master, have a little, they catch up, they hang out, they duke it out. But she is definitely a strange bird for her life, and she seems to be quite content with it.
Your favorite show is on. We're just interrupting it.
Correct. She was reading. She don't give a fuck.
She's watching
Her
The
soap.
Chase.
The Chase.
Oh my god,
The Chase. Oh.
Yikes.
Oh.
And you are in Waterdeep. What would you like to accomplish while you're in Waterdeep, if anything? Two of you have homes here?
Yeah. I'll go to my house.
Okay.
If will please
frat
not
house.
burn down.
Everything in your house is fine.
Are they there?
Yeah, Emmett's there. The others are there. Maya's, of course, not there. I don't
Yeah,
think.
of course at this point.
She's still on her night job.
True.
But everyone's.
Wait, that wasn't Maya. That was
in
Emmett's
Maya.
sister.
I'm sorry, Emmett's sister. That's right.
The night job. We still don't know what the night job was.
She literally was just a night messenger. That was a red herring for Copperhead.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So yeah, everything's fine. They're still partying. They've ignored your suggestions, but they're okay.
Okay. As long as the house isn't burned down and they have enough money to live,
They're doing okay. They're bringing in okay income.
Her name. Yeah.
Yeah. They're bringing in a good money. Her night job is probably a little under the table. She might be working for, who knows. But she's bringing in good coin, and they're able to live an okay life. They are well cared for. Funnily enough, it's like living in two worlds right now. When you're in the Savage Frontier, the actual frontier part, there's a war going out there. In Waterdeep,
Chilling.
yeah. There have been some giant incursions, but the city is protected by several archmages, powerful families with small armies. But you're unsettled by the normalcy of this house because the world is being annihilated out there by giant kind. But the lords of Waterdeep don't seem to be wanting to stretch their power or their armies an inch beyond the city walls.
I don't tell them any of this stuff is going on. I just let them chill.
You just
I
got
don't need to worry about it.
I'm not gonna tell them I fucking died.
Yeah,
Like your hands are really cold. Do you need
Lucius has a cold, yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna
careful,
leave that
don't
part
touch
out.
him.
Yeah.
I don't think they want to hear that.
You're
No,
gonna get
like
sick.
I'm a revenant. They're like, what?
Whoa, I don't need to...
I have a thirst for vengeance. I can feel three people's souls at all times. Okay, great. So yeah, that is the kind of realizations you're catching up with your friends, that you kind of realize that the Lord's Alliance isn't lifting a fucking finger to fight this war.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead, Zane.
Yeah, just so we're all aware, thinking about it, it was Lord of the Waterdeep that was one of the
Yes.
kings in the prophecy.
Yes.
Right, yeah.
Yep.
So okay, just yeah.
Sure was.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I have some things to give them. What equipment could I give them? They don't need anything.
You can briefly meet, what was his name? Narfugal Brightmoon.
Yeah, and that is actually where your teleportation circle takes you. Your personal one. It's to his office in the Watchful Order of the Magus' Tower.
Got you.
I was so ready for you to pick it back up. Okay, you go there, and you are spotted upon entry. The mages the Watchful Order of Magus are most signified by the fact that most of them are mages, and they all have their own personal griffins, like the full-fledged maguses themselves. They're investigators. They're like the city's FBI kind of thing. They're pretty powerful. You are escorted over to the grounds where Narfugal Brightmane seems to be tending to some griffins and seems to be feeding his own. He looks up at you in a small gnomish form, big red beard, which seems to have lots of food stuck in it. And, and he looks up and he goes, "Ooh, Mr. Zane Korakai from Mirabar."
That is I, yes. Good to see you again, Mr. Brightman.
Yes, it has been several months since I have last seen you. How have you been?
Yeah, time does fly, doesn't it? It's been alright, lots going on. I was curious, I know the last time we were here I had bit of an altercation with the Zentarim. The Zentarim presence was here. Have they been dealt with, or?
Yes, as a matter of fact, they have. We have gotten quite a lot of assistance from a ragtag group of adventurers, and also we were provided deep intel into their inner workings by a mysterious benefactor. I was able to root out several Zentarim cells, arrest several of their leaders, and burnt many of their hideouts to a crisp with their denizens inside.
Oh,
I can still hear the screams.
maybe you need a day off, man. Maybe you need some time off, man.
What does it sound like?
He doesn't say that, but it's implied.
Oh.
He is a pyromaniac. Well, he's a pyromancer. So we have had an incredible conquest, mostly thankful to a mysterious informant who we've never met.
Was it us?
It was Copperhead.
Yeah, that's literally what I was gonna say. It was obviously Copperhead.
Remember, she wants to wipe out both of the Zentarim and the Harpers.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I remember we sent a letter here, so I thought it was us.
You definitely helped. You definitely helped. You got the ball rolling, and then Copperhead was like, "By the way, here's everything you need."
Yeah, we sent I remember we sent a letter hoping it would work. It was like, yeah, careful Zentarim, they kind of going crazy right now.
Yep. And you also had a whole long conversation with them, which he acted on and stuff. But unfortunately, Maya's activities as well have contributed. So the Zentarim and Waterdeep have been crushed.
Okay. Was it just yeah.
Yes.
I think it was us. I'm just gonna think it was us. We did it.
I have heard some reports of your own dealings. I have some limited contact with the High Sorcerer of Everland, and, well, he's kept me updated as he could.
Yeah, we're on a warpath right now.
Oh, are you here? I didn't see you.
Yeah, aren't we at the house?
Are we?
Yeah, Zane went there by himself.
My fault.
Zane's not coming to your house.
Yeah.
Zane has said,
Nah.
fuck that every time.
My
He's
fault.
never
My
come.
fault. My fault.
He's never come.
You good.
Maybe, you gotta come by, swing by after, but
You what?
lost my train of thought.
Oh, I like
What did
your
you just say?
staff, and he's now he just said, I've heard of your exploits myself.
Oh,
And then he's like, oh, I like your staff, and he wanders around and starts touching the staff of fire. He's like, oh, I used to have one of these, and then I upgraded.
upgraded to what? What do you have now?
Oh, well, a wizard never shares their secrets.
Of course. But yes, we've been very busy dealing with giants and all. You haven't had to worry about any of that around here, have you?
There was a cloud giant fortress that kind of appeared over Waterdeep, and there was a bit of a battle that ensued, but between me, the Blackstaff, and the other Watchful Order Magi, and some of the lords and their armies, we destroyed it. And it now lies in ruin at the bottom of the Sword Sea.
Oh, really? Interesting. It appeared on the ocean side and attacked Waterdeep?
No, it appeared on the east side, but we pushed it back.
Ah. Interesting.
I have a piece of the rubble. And he pulls a rock out of his pocket. Little war trophy.
Yeah, that is very, very neat. You keep trophies a lot?
Yes.
Right.
Rocks are useful.
You can find use in a great many of things, I suppose. Well, you wouldn't happen to know anything about a maelstrom, would you? What is a maelstrom is? It is a place where giants are.
I'm not really much of a water person. I don't like. I can't. I can't. What was I saying? I can't say for certain. I can't swim. That's what he was gonna say. And well, that's where that is. So don't know anything about all that.
Okay. Just in case.
You never know. So,
True, you never know.
learn any new spells?
I have, in fact, yeah, a lot of them. I can like teleport now. That's pretty neat.
Oh, that's great. Via circles, I'm assuming? Not
Via
to judge.
circles, not, yeah, maybe later on, you know.
Yeah. One day you'll be able to do it by force of will, and he holds up the rock, that's when the rocks come in. You use an object from a location to focus your teleportation, and it makes it more certain.
Are you going to teleport to a storm giant fortress?
A cloud giant.
Cloud
and
giant fortress?
Here's the thing. You just never know when strange things happen. Great evil sorcerers swim to the bottom and try to resurrect it for a final hurrah. If I start hearing those whispers, I'll cast water breathing on myself, get me and my other magi together, and then be down there in lickety split. He taps his noggin.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Are there any like port regulations here in terms of ships in Waterdeep? Anything if we are to sail to keep an eye out for or anything like that?
Your accent is wandering.
It is a little bit, yeah.
Yes, it's heavily regulated, unfortunately. Why? Are you trying to smuggle in illegal goods? Do I need to arrest you? He stares at you.
You'd never do that, no, but you're going to... I've never taken a ship out of Waterdeep before, so...
Oh.
So it's a,
As long as you have the proper sea captain, they should be familiar with our port and all the things that they have to do.
Okay.
Who's your captain? Where are you going?
To try to find the Maelstrom. Who's
Oh.
the captain? That is Zaldar?
Oh. He is,
Yeah.
he is accomplished.
Meaning?
Not very friendly, though.
Well, hopefully as friendly as he needs to be for us to accomplish what we want to do.
Hey, maybe when... Oh, God, his accent's wandering. Maybe when all this adventuring stuff is over, you can come back and join the Watchful Order of the Magus. We've got great benefits, good pay.
I believe my desires may rest elsewhere, but thank you for the offer, and I will consider it if else fails.
Great. Well, I gotta go get back to... It's kind of my day off, but I didn't mind talking to you.
Oh, yes, it was a pleasure catching up, and hopefully your defenses here of Waterdeep continue to be very, very bountiful.
Oh, they seem to be. Well, thank you, Zane Korakai of Mirabar, of the Korakais of Mirabar. It was a pleasure seeing you again. I appreciate you checking in.
Likewise. Very well. Exit house.
Get
Tower,
the fuck out of there as soon as
office.
you can. And you there's like a small as you exit the tower. You see a roaring column of fire from where he was. You hear a laugh.
Weird guy. Okay.
You gonna get a job there?
No. No.
Didn't leave your email.
No contact info. Just left him on red.
Aubrey. What are you doing?
She is with Kaiser at his place.
Okay, do you have a house?
No, she didn't live in Waterdeep.
Oh, you didn't?
No, she lived in... She grew up in Waterdeep, but when she came
That's
back to Waterdeep, her family was all gone. So.
That's right, but you're a known quantity in Waterdeep. Eventually, there is this kind of at the door where you all are staying.
We're staying at Kaiser's
Oh.
house?
Well, where Aubrey currently is, which is Kaiser's house.
Answer the door at Kaiser's house. Yes, who is it?
Hello, package and letter here for Miss Harper.
And how is it that you know
Insight
that Ms.
check.
Harper is at this residence? And yes, I am
check.
insight.
His
check.
eyes go wide. I'm a messenger. It's my job.
Who sent you?
The messenger
Darn.
service? What? He sets it down and runs. Forget it.
Whole person. No.
I'm just doing my job, man.
You see,
I don't know if I need to roll insight to see that guy.
he was a
didn't want anything to do
magical
with that.
mage-based messenger. He's a mage, right?
Yeah.
There's a whole system
Get
involved.
the hell
in
out of there.
Yeah, you
Guys,
see him, he cast expeditious retreat and he's like running 60 feet, 90 feet.
All right, Aubrey, let me check the box just in case.
I'm already dead. I pick up the
Yeah,
package.
run back.
I pick up the package and
It's not trapped.
check it.
You do see that its seal is the house seal of the Cavaliers.
No. What the fuck?
Should I cast dispel magic on the box? Or?
I mean, you can do that if you want. I imagine it's fine.
No, it seems fine. What's odd is this is my house seal.
Strange.
That's very strange, huh? As you are technically dead right now.
Well, yes.
They didn't ask for him, though. They
but
asked
it's
for Aubrey.
for Aubrey. I'll bring it to Aubrey.
A little weird.
So it was a letter in a package?
Yep.
Well, read the letter first.
Miss Harper, it is with a heavy heart I inform you that a distant relative of yours and your only surviving kin, Lucius Cavaliers, has met an unfortunate end. We have consulted the historical record, and by all rights of the Lord's Alliance and the laws hereof, you are his closest living relative who was willing to accept any form of repayment. In accordance with other expected wishes, a certain portion of these funds have been accounted for in a trust to be distributed at a later date. But here is your portion. Signed, Lucius's father.
Okay. She'll open the package as well.
Thank you. Welcome to the party with the raid. Thank you so much. Yeah. There is 1,000 gold pieces in there.
Huge.
Ooh, who needs,
Lucius' dad coming in clutch.
who needs Zane's money when we got
True.
It's technically Lucius's trust, which he was not given because he was an embarrassment to his father.
Got that money though.
And his father was just told that Lucius is dead. So his father went
It's like, someone else can have it.
and, yep, tracked down the old...
Yeah, she'll reread the letter again. And then kind of, well, seems there's been a death in my family.
Oh no, who died?
That's so crazy.
She'll just hand the letter to Lucius. I'll let him read it.
This can't be right.
What? What's going on?
No, it's saying that Aubrey would have been
It doesn't really.
due to my death.
Mm,
Why?
interesting. Were you related? Did you know?
Well, not
She
that I
your
was
mom?
aware of.
Is she your sister?
That I was aware of.
Could be sister, cousin, half cousin, aunt.
Aunt?
Do you have any connection to the Cavaliers family?
I mean, I don't know where my siblings have gone or where they are in the world. Maybe there's some possibility that you are related.
Some
I mean,
distant cousin,
somebody
maybe.
certainly thinks that we're related, as
Or did he go through the records of my family at the orphanage? Were those there? I mean, they never told me who my parents were. Just like you, Kaiser, as well. They didn't keep any records for us, or at least they wouldn't share them if they did. I know you always had an interest in it, and they never told you.
Yes.
And in solidarity, I always asked the same, and they never told me.
Seems weird. Seems very strange.
Maybe you guys should compare families that you know of. Wait.
I
like,
know.
Compare
so-
families.
This is gonna be very hard.
Aubrey can compare her family down.
Hey, Lucius, tell us all about the family that you never do. Thanks.
So there was Dad, he wasn't in the picture. There was also Mom. She also wasn't in the picture.
Yep.
I also had 3 brothers.
Oh, they weren't there either.
Or I didn't, I'm not sure. I never met them.
What about you? There's a huge comparison here.
Well, I had a brother and 2 sisters. I'm not sure where they are. Last time I saw my brother, I think he was leaving Waterdeep to go off and be some sort of soldier, mercenary. He had hopes of being, a hero.
What are their names? Do you remember?
My brother's name is Aiden. My sisters are Bella and Erica. They were all older than I am.
They're older than you are?
Yes. They had all left home when I was still in Waterdeep.
It's interesting. Maybe it's just a distant cousin in some sort of sense. Something I can think of.
Well, I feel as though Aubrey would know if she had a connection to the Cavaleries.
Yeah.
So it seems more likely that my father knew more than he would tell me.
Perhaps he knows more.
Maybe, just a half sister or something like that.
Maybe after we stop the giants, Aubrey can go ask him.
It's fair.
Be a good idea.
We also have the world to save, so it might take a little precedence.
I said after.
I know that I'm agreeing with
Jeez,
you.
Kaiser.
I'm literally agreeing with you. You're getting mad at me.
Never let me
What
say
can
what I
I
want to say. You
What do
always
I do?
yell at me.
You say something, I agree. Why you say that?
Well, I always said it felt like this was the only real family I've ever had, and I suppose somehow there's some actual truth to it now.
You seem that way.
It's kind of weird.
Kind of weird, isn't it?
It's kind of weird.
Wasn't my idea.
Although, I do hope it's not any of my sister's brother, because this would imply that they may not be alive if it is going to me first. Otherwise, I imagine it would be going to them.
It's a portion of the estate.
Oh.
Yeah.
Suppose we'll have to find
You
them.
know, erase that. It's interesting, yeah. Okay, well, I've met with Emmett. Everything's fine here. I checked all the traps around the house. They all are still set. No one has snuck in during weird angles, so everything
What
should
kind
be
of
fine.
traps do you have around the house?
A bunch of my valuable things.
Oh, I see. I'd first be worried about Emmett getting his fingers caught.
Yeah, I don't worry. I knew he would. They were too obvious. I've
Emmett
proofed
roofed the house.
Yeah.
It's fair.
I just tell him don't touch any of these things and you'll be fine. But those who might want to thieve or looking for information on us will be met with things.
Well, suppose we spend one last night partying the night away,
Some of us.
and then we'll move on. Try and find our captain. Head out to sea.
Okay.
Okay.
I agree. Alright. Do the night. Take the night to sea, please. Zane, I assume you're not. Is Zane here even?
Nah.
No.
I don't know where Zane is. He's probably living it up somewhere. In some hotel or mansion. Hotel, yeah.
He's
Yeah.
probably spending way too much coin just finding a nicer place to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I can't remember what ward Kaiser your home is in. Is it in the
It's C ward, dock ward.
dock ward? The
Dock
dock ward's the
ward.
shitty one. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're in the dock ward, and that means that what's his face Zane is probably staying in the castle ward.
So D's house in the dock ward, chilling. Let my people live there as they work.
Yeah, young people flat, you know.
Exactly.
Cool.
I was saying probably, and to de-stress a little bit, went for like a massage or something, to a nice ass
Spa
area.
day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gets murdered.
Oh god.
Wait, party. Bye.
No. Like should
Maybe.
any assassins be after him? Maybe. Would they know he's here?
No. Maybe.
Maybe, but no. For now,
You
I'll
know
say no.
Aurora's here. Some random messenger man knew Aurora. Not Aurora. Wrong goddamn game.
Aubrey. True. It's I'm dead. Bye,
There's an
guys.
Aurora in this game.
There.
Yeah.
Nice.
Have we met them?
Yes. Well, some of you have, but they've just never said their name.
What the? Oh my god, another speculation thing, Matt. You've brought the game to a grinding halt.
That's on you.
Who is it?
It's the Summer Fae, Lord Aurora.
Oh,
That's what
yeah.
I figured.
Yeah.
That's
Cool.
It's Morgan the Winter, the Lady of
Winter
Winter,
Lord. Or Lady. Oh yeah.
the Lady of
'cause
Winter,
yours,
and the Lord of Summer, Aurora.
True.
Okay, so you are all able to enjoy yourselves for a night. If there's anything else you wish to do, scenes you'd like to make, you can do that.
Not at night. No.
Okay.
Nice sleep in my own bed.
Okay.
Oh,
For
here we go.
crafting, well, for crafting a wand, because now she can do it herself with Fireball.
For quite some
You have to,
time.
like, Do you have to like buy all like stuff for it? Because it costs like gold to make.
Yeah, artificers. You basically just spend the gold as an artificer. Like we don't have to go through the. This is not the campaign setting where resources are that closely managed. Like Heroes Feast, Revivify. Those things matter. But a long-term project in a project like that in a major city, spend the gold, craft the wand.
Okay.
Yep.
It's got like 8 different shops. Give me the wand.
Yeah,
seven.
me
Yeah,
fucking
use some
roll.
base
Like, what is this? Some fucking
Arby's 6 different guys. We need
Yeah.
6 different characters, Matt, as
Yeah.
we make our way through the city.
8 different shops, haggling. Fucking just 9 episodes of that is what
Charisma
we.
check to get a discount at each shop.
I mean, listen. If people want to watch it, that's fine. If that's the game we want to play,
I
that's
don't wanna
fine. No, me either.
I don't
We spend 2 seconds shopping. Tom's like, "Are we done yet? Let's go."
know.
I like a little shopping here and there, like a little locale, a little flavor, or levity. But I am not a shopping episode person.
Yeah, it's really like someone's
purist.
like, I would like to, and Tom's like, no, let's go. Let's go.
Time to go. I also love when Tom starts doing that. I'd like to drag scenes out when he starts doing that. When he's
I
like,
also
"Let's go,"
enjoy
I'm like, I gotta add some more bullshit in here. Okay, well, I'm just not trying to step over anything y'all are doing. Otherwise, I can.
What are you doing, May? What are you doing?
She's checking her phone. She's about to go out. Wait, no, you're not going out. It's Corona. It's Corona season.
I'm peeling a sticker off something.
Oh.
I'm thinking if I want to play, I'm gonna try and. No, I'll leave Kaiser alone.
Wow.
Character progression.
You let me sleep in your house, so.
True.
Okay. No,
It'll work that. Look that.
I cannot wait for what I have planned. Okay. Okay. So that night, right?
Mm-hmm.
Lucius.
I see. How the truth
That's
is.
right. You heard the track. You were ready for the May scene, and I hit you with that Lucius. You are standing. What are you doing that night as everyone else falls asleep and you cannot?
Probably sit on the front porch. I don't know if there's a porch, but just like out in front with a chair.
Tom likes porches. There's a porch.
With
Oh yeah.
There's a bench on the porch. You can sit on there.
with whatever my pipe or whatever I'd be.
It's like one of those swinging
smoking.
benches. Sorry.
Yeah, sure. I'm on a swinging bench on the porch. Can still enjoy the little things. Smoking a pipe. kind of contemplating the news, thinking about who my real father could be, that kind of thing.
You are sitting there smoking your pipe, enjoying the little things. In the wee hours of beyond twilight, and this is probably 3 a.m. because they partied late. We are now. When the hell did this? I cannot remember. This campaign started in summer. We are now in fall, I think. I honestly do not remember. So the pipe kind of blows out as a cold burst of wind. It doesn't bite at your neck, but you can feel it, and the pipe blows out. Ashes kind of scatter. And there's a figure standing on the porch looking down at you. The Lady of Winter. Her skin icy blue and cold. She wears a dress made of stars. And her hands are at her side. How do you find your existence as a shadow?
I find it trying, but it will be fulfilling if I can help my friend succeed.
You've been within striking distance of your quarry one of your quarries a few times, and yet she still breathes.
And what would you have me do? Attack her in the middle of a crowded place, in front of all these other people who may defend her? I don't find that would be a strategy that would be very successful in defeating 3 quarries.
I have given you the ability to persist even after death. Destroying you completely now is incredibly difficult. I don't expect you to get it right the first time. I just expect you to keep trying. That is your lot in life.
Well, if you were watching, you would have seen that I kept trying to aim that Wundendod at her.
I did notice that.
Just didn't have the means. I'm still limited in my power.
Did you see that ring? The Jarl wielded.
It did. It controlled ice and cold itself.
Long ago, that ring was crafted by me. I made it. Within it is the soul, the malevolence, the mind of one of my greatest enemies. I locked them away in servitude forever. They now serve me. That ring is your right to wield as one of my Knights of Winter, one of my revenants. You need to take it from the Jarl and wield it in my name.
That could certainly turn the tides. I'll be looking for it. We are pursuing the giants after all.
Good. Should one of your quarries survive when this story of ours is all said and done, when this war ends, should any of your quarries still be alive, Well, then you won't even have your sad existence to cling to.
Well, I'll disappear either way, won't I?
You will. Make no mistake. Your soul, the three of theirs. I could be happy with all of them. Either. Or just yours. But I will have either yours, theirs, or both.
It's a fair deal.
Gives me no pleasure to play this role out anymore. This isn't what I'd do with my time if I could choose, but I can't. I'm the Lady of Winter. This is what I do. And now you're just like me. You don't have any choices anymore. You have the illusion of choice.
I can feel my choices fading. The next time we see Anavet, I'm not sure I'll be able to stop myself from at least attempting.
She smiles. I'm gonna make sure that's the case the next time you see Anavet. Good luck. She's incredibly dangerous.
Hence why I haven't rushed at her myself.
I'll bring you back. You'll just have to keep trying.
Very well.
She kind of waves her hand, and the cold wind blows back over you. Your pipe lights back up. And then she's gone. The next morning comes. So what do y'all want to head down to the bay? Excuse me, the dock ward? Excuse me.
Yeah.
You're already in the
Yeah.
dock ward, the C ward, whatever the hell this boat is.
I'll
Place
show
for
up a
the
little
voters.
late. Gotta walk through town, it's a long way.
Okay. After that.
I'm sure Aubrey would ask around for it, since you know the ship's named the Kelpie's Kiss.
Yeah, the Kelpie's Kiss.
Yep.
Let's see, what the hell is it called? Oh, my eyes. There we are. Okay. So you all gather yourselves together after another long rest and approach the Kelpie's Kiss. I'm not sure what the defining features of the boat might be, but one of the things you notice right away, this is a very large ship. This is really almost a proper galleon, I think, 130 feet long, 35 feet wide, several floors to it. And you see that there are men, women, folks of all stripes attending to this boat, and you see the one second. You see the aforementioned captain, this mage. I'm getting my mages mixed up. What's their name? Too many.
Saljar?
No, that was the. It's all right. I'm looking in the wrong chapter. Names, so many names. 2 campaigns a week. Names. It's all right. I got it. Here in a second. Grande. There it is. Sail ship, the Harpers. Here we are. Zaldar, you are right. I'm sorry. It was Zandrabar or whatever was the other guy. The Kelpie's Kiss. You see that this male half-elf has this kind of red, kind of almost reddish strawberry blonde hair, but it has these streaks of almost like this very white platinum-like blonde throughout. His skin is burnt and very, very, not just sun-kissed, but burnt from long days and long stretches under the sun. He wears a kind of wide brim-ish straw-type hat, and on his shoulder rests a sprite who seems to be looking around and shouting at the other members of his crew. There are 15 crew members and what looks to be a bosun who is a female half-elf. And there is a first mate. Oh, the sprite, it serves as the first mate, it looks like. Zaldar Floshin. And you can see the sprite's head twists, and they see you approach. And they zip on down. They stop midair, fluttering. You the Heroes of Triboar?
We are.
That's us.
Name's Arrow. Nice to meet you. And they put out their little hand. Okay. The High Sorcerer gave me a quick description. Now I've got an eye for these things. Welcome aboard the Kelpie's Kiss. And they zip away.
What's a kelpie? I ask.
I think he zipped away.
Yep.
It's ask in general. You guys are all there. You could answer.
I don't know.
What's the kill?
What's a kelpie? Are they good kissers?
Captain steps down from the wheel and lowers themselves onto the deck. Look over to you with their very wrinkled and well-worn leathery skin. Well, welcome to the Kelpie's Kiss.
Greetings, Aldar. Thank you for helping us on this journey, on this mission.
Ah, yes. Lucius Cavaliers. How have you been?
Been better, but of course, been traveling the world, hopefully trying to make it a better place.
I've heard you made pretty good on that score so far. Well, keep your hands to yourself unless asked. You ain't got to make yourselves useful. I got my full crew, and I don't want a bunch of green hands mucking up the place.
Sounds good for us.
Quarters ain't much, but they'll keep you comfortable on the high seas. And as I understand it, you want to sail southwest of Whalebones, where them storms are?
You have a salt what is it called again?
Salt sayer.
I'm the salt sayer. I'm also the
Okay.
captain.
We're going into... Sorry, you can speak.
How possible would it be for us to sail directly into a maelstrom?
It's possible. Ain't many captains who can do it, but I'll manage.
That's all we need to hear.
All
Figured
right.
you'd be the only one who could.
Yeah, I don't know about the only, but I certainly am one of the few. The only thing I ask is, listen, my crew and I can hold our own, and I'm happy to help out, but when we get close to this maelstrom, there's gonna be all sorts of hell. There's rogue storm giants riding rocks. We got things with tentacles coming out of the ocean. Basilisks of the great sea, turning them into stone and swallowing ships whole. So anything like that, come on out. Your adventures, and I expect you to make yourself useful.
Do our best to handle it.
We've been saving the world thus far.
That's mighty big. Never mind. He's not gonna mock you. That's mighty big talk, but that's the way I hear it.
Yeah,
too.
just flame us saving the world.
He was gonna say it's mighty big talk coming from a small man. Because you're short.
You should have
Yeah,
said it.
because Kaiser's short.
I hope he
very
did
funny,
say that.
Sailor Man.
I'm really glad.
He
I
said
really
it.
hope he said that.
He said
He
that.
did
It's
say
canon.
it.
It's
It's
canon.
canon now. It's canon now. He said that. Yep, he said that.
Canon.
He
Canon.
didn't say it.
Definitely said that.
He didn't
Canon.
say it.
Kidding.
He didn't say it.
I like him better now that he has said that.
He said it.
Terrible. All right. Well, Arrow, show them to your cabins. Gonna take us a while to get there.
All right.
Hope
You
you
say I
like.
picked up a dragon chest set before
Sure.
coming down?
Hope you like being on a ship. He looks at Aubrey. Looks at the rest of you too.
Are we on the ship right now? Or...
Did Aubrey come up? Oh, so you were welcomed onto the ship. Did Aubrey come on the ship? Or is she standing
would have
down off the gangway?
visibly hesitated before eventually taking a deep breath and getting on the boat.
He says, "You all
Is
right?"
everything all right?
Okay.
I'm just not particularly fond of boats. I mean, my husband was lost at sea, so you can imagine.
Makes sense, yeah. Is this going to be okay, or should we get hippogriffs and try some other means of getting in?
No, I will manage. I
That
know
won't
boats
work.
Take the salt sayer with us and
That won't work.
part the maelstrom.
That won't work.
I'll be okay on the boats. I mean, I had to travel on boat from where I was to get back to Waterdeep, so I can do it. It's just, not my preferred method of travel anymore.
Thank you for putting up with it.
I will definitely be staying in the quarters for most of the journey.
Well, we're all here for you.
Yeah, we'll hang out with you, Aubrey, and make you feel better.
Yeah, we have like 3 dragon chest sets, so we have a tournament.
Huge.
Tournament arc.
Not doing it. Fuck off.
We actually just open online chess.
Yeah. This is the content people want. Get banned for streaming under their own category.
True.
But no, you don't
It's D&D, I swear.
You guys.
Okay. Eventually, the anchor's risen up. I don't know, fucking shit, bullshit. But anyway, and the galleon pushes off, sails a
Put
mast.
the key into the ignition.
Yep, and boat stuff.
He puts his foot on the pedal and off we go.
And
Matt,
the Kelpie's kiss departs.
Matt,
Yes?
how does levitate work on a boat?
Doesn't? Does it say creature?
No, I cast on me on the boat.
Oh.
Do I move with the boat or do I stay in the air above the boat?
Oh, okay. It would keep moving and you would drift away.
Yeah, okay. That's what I thought would happen.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
What if you held on to
This
something?
isn't like an RPG where I'd go with the boat.
No,
This is
D&D
this is real
rules
life
were also...
physics.
There's also a lot of those D&D rules, like the term ground gets real...
Iffy.
Yeah, they didn't think about that one when they didn't think about moving terrain.
Wait, like what if you held on to something though when you levitate?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you could totally do that.
It would
That's
just
fine.
tow you along.
I'm just
Yeah.
making sure that if I levitate, I don't get moved with the boat. I'm literally just in the air.
Yep.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out.
See ya. And it pushes off, and you set off southwest towards Whalebones in search of a storm that has persisted for eons, in search of a storm giant stronghold to prevent Duke Zalto from cementing his rule as Storm King. How the other storm giants feel about that, who currently sits on the throne and all that, is left a mystery. And somewhere out there are 2 ancient dragons who want you dead.
Hecking stuff up.
And here we are
We're
on
on
a
a
boat.
boat. Yep.
Yeah, where exactly is one of those ancient dragons? Are they still
In the desert?
Still in the desert.
Okay.
Man,
Yes, still in the desert. I have to think about these things.
Okay, just making sure.
And that is where we'll end tonight's session.
Oh, before the dragon descends on us.
Correct.
Yeah, the other dragon that I don't have tabs on.
You sure don't.
Oh no.
It's just behind us.
Yeah, it's the captain.
He's on the boat.
Where's Maya?
He's
Yeah, I was
right.
gonna say it's Maya.
Yeah,
The
where's
dragon
Maya?
is
Where's she
Maya.
at?
Where is Maya? It's an excellent question. She is. I will actually.
That's some shit Crow and say.
What?
What's this? That's crazy. That's a real interesting question, and he wouldn't tell me shit. That's what Cass would do too.
As a DM.
Oh, as a DM, that's my favorite thing to do to Tom is he'll ask a question that I'm not gonna give him the answer to, and I'll just be like, "That's a great question," and then I'll continue the session.
She is east. She's very far east. Not as far east as Imrith.
What are they doing over there? I'm curious.
Oh, I was
That was your chance, Matt. It's an interesting
It's
question.
a terrible
Tom.
question, Tom.
Okay.
Joe Matt.
No, when
I'm
you're older, we'll
Tom.
tell
I
you.
played Kaiser here. Level 9. Bang bang.
Stream Valorant, Tom.
I can't.
Not even grinding.
I
Grinding.
quit D&D so I can grind more. Sorry. I
Oh god.
Yeah, I play Valorant. I can't stream it because I get huge FPS drop, and if I lose FPS, I'll tilt, and if I tilt, it goes downhill. So, yeah, it's just doomed. Yeah, but I play D&D on Fridays at like 9:30 CST, which is really cool. You guys should watch that. But yeah, other
Where?
than that,
Where
yeah,
do you
here,
find that?
Dice Priority.
It's CDT. Yeah.
What did I say?
True.
CST.
True, it's
Oh,
daylight time.
It's daylight
Yeah.
time.
And
True.
then whenever it
I don't-
happens again, it'll be CST.
Yeah, I never say
Yeah.
there. I just always say CST.
You can also say Chicago time.
Chicago. Okay. Yeah, and then there's a bunch of Alexis does like art streams all the time, so you guys should watch that. And then yeah, Matt does a lot of other streams during the week that I kind of watch sometimes when I have free time.
Yeah.
But yeah, very cool. Faye can go next.
Did you have a favorite moment?
Oh, true. I keep forgetting.
Oh, sorry. My dog's making hella noises.
Favorite part? Probably has to be leaving the Ironslags and seeing what happens in the battle. And because my character knows about battles, he would know what happened, which is very nice to have my character backstory be integrated. So it's very nice.
It's one of the... That particular lesson of DMing took a while to ingrain. Is like, think about what your characters would know. Just don't put it... If you want to tell them something, don't put it behind a check. And that is the context is revealed by their backstory and their abilities. Yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
Hello, I am Faye. You can find me on Twitter and Twitch at It's Faye, where I do TFT stuff and D&D stuff. And maybe Valorant stuff? I don't know. We'll see. Let's see. Favorite moment for tonight? I mean, finding out a distant relative is dead. That's tragic.
That's crazy.
That's tragic.
That's crazy.
Very, very sad moment.
It's like an actual
Finding out
zombie
that-
in our party, by the way.
So that was neat for something that I remember we had talked about, but it wasn't like something that was fully fleshed out. So I'm interested to see where it goes from there after we, get done with the maelstrom
It's
stuff.
gonna be
So,
some
like,
crazy shit.
yeah.
Some mathematical equation type shit.
I'm excited to see where that goes. And yeah. Speaking of Lucius, what's up, Casa?
Hello, I'm Casanova. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at Casanova Hots, where I do Legends of Runeterra content mostly. I'll be casting another tournament on Sunday. Been doing that quite a bit recently, doing a lot of casting. So yeah, tune in for that there. Other than that, my favorite moment, I don't know if I have so much a favorite moment, but just the session in general felt very much like implications. Like the implications of each thing that has happened through this episode is like my favorite thing, like, of course, being a relative of Aubrey, there's something maybe is wrong with one of her siblings, or maybe not, or the fact that there was some kind of demonic force involved in the dwarves could potentially be related to the fiend trying to get back at Lucius, or it could also just not. And then the different things with the dragons, I don't know, there's a lot of implications that could happen from these different things we saw today. So that's kind of my favorite part, is that everything was kind of subtle today. Somewhat. It's May. What's going on with you?
Hello, Casanova. What's going on with you? Hi, I'm May. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at MaybeBuzz, where I post a lot of selfies and random getting bored and putting makeup on during this quarantine time. I also play D&D on Wednesdays on the Cloud9 channel for another few weeks while that campaign finishes up. And then I may be doing some other things here on this channel coming up with people's. So look out for that. My favorite moment from tonight was, it wasn't even a me moment. It was hearing the music and then it being Lucius's turn to go deep into the Fae stuff and do all of that. So I thought that was kind of cool. Yeah, I actually thought it was really cool. So that was my favorite one tonight. What about you, Crowan?
Hello. Okay, also random question because the CST CDT stuck in my head. Is it also correct to just say CT? For
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, just all encompassing. Okay, cool. That was just on my mind randomly, and I didn't Google it because I don't know why. All right. My name is Crowan. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at Crowan. Favorite moment from tonight, I think, is learning that Aegir was an Abyssai and not being really sure where his allegiances really are to a full, solidified extent. It could be one thing, it could be many things, it could be everything. Who really knows? And I think that's very interesting. So yeah, that's that.
Cool. I am very proud of my introduction of Mr. Aegir and creating him. That is a classic Matthew Foreman villain right there.
Yeah. I hate
Great.
him.
I hate him.
I hate him.
You should. He's despicable. Okay, so hi folks, I am Matthew Foreman. I am at Matthew W. Foreman on Twitter. You should follow me there, where I post about D&D. I've been really heavy on getting deep diving into mechanics and combat and boss fight and encounter design, because that is kind of where my heart is right now, and I post interesting things about that. So follow me there for those updates. And I should be posting some YouTube videos to Dice Priorities YouTube pretty soon, highlighting our boss fights and things that we've done. I've just been, dealing with Corona and this trauma from this whole thing. So hard to create in these spaces. So you can catch me here on Fridays, 9:30 p.m. CDT. On Saturdays, I'm finishing up a Blades in the Dark campaign on Corey Hickson's channel, twitch.tv/Corey Hickson. Tuesdays, 8:30 p.m. CDT for Dragon Heisters, where I play there. And then Wednesdays, I, of course, run my D&D campaign, my homebrew setting, Ghost of the Machine, in the setting of Edda, which is coming up on episode 71 of that show, which I have to say, I am a total slut for long campaigns. They're where I live. I can't, every time I sit down to a camp, I have to, because of time, I have to be okay, this next thing I do has to be 5 episodes if I want to do it at the same time I'm running these other two. But whenever I really do sit down to do the things I want to do, I'm like, what if I did 50 more episodes of something? It's just where my heart is. My favorite moment, God, I like when you all bicker at each other because it always cracks me up. I enjoyed the speculation. I think you all do a really good job of speculating, letting people have their theories, and then just going with whatever. I felt good about it. Hope you do too. And I enjoyed, setting the scene of the war. I think that's about it. Yeah, a bunch of siblings, yeah. I think that my big takeaway from tonight, I don't know if I'll ever I've loved running this campaign for y'all. It's been great. And as we're reaching the falling action and things start to reach resolution, we still have a lot of story to tell together. But I do find myself asking if I'll ever want to run another module. Because a lot of my favorite things have been the things that we've done. But I've also enjoyed some of the modular pieces, but I've also adapted them heavily. So, I don't know. This has been a really fun experiment for 31 episodes. And it's got me thinking. So, I didn't find anyone to raid beforehand. Oh shit, y'all. We haven't raided Legendary Action. Let me just check something. We haven't raided them in a while. Let me see if they're up. They are... And they are streaming remotely. Okay. We'll go ahead and raid Legendary Action. Did I get that right? Okay. Go say hello to them. Spread the love. We'll see you here next week at 9:30 p.m. CDT for our ocean escapades in Storm King's Thunder Big Boy Season. Bye. Did not catch that last message.